What's going on, everyone? Yeah, some pre-orders did not show up well, did they? But we all knew this, though. It's the obvious, right? Okay, so I think that's the rate that made Microsoft say, you know what, 69.99, man. I'm tired of stepping on rates. These pre-orders are just terrible. Dear Galactic citizens, here we go. We have received your SOS via Skip Drone about the pricing. As an organization devoted to make sure the corporations do not go unfettered, we at the Earth Directorate have worked with, and I say redacted, to revise the price of the Outer Worlds 2. While this will not bring peace to the galaxy or even your local colony, we assure you all that we are here to fight for all the colonies in every way that we can from from the office of the Director of the Earth Directorate. Now, here's my thing. Wise decision. At least you are not corporate brain dead enough to realize that, oh, I don't, like I said, they don't want to kill your third party publishing before it comes out. You've already damaged yourself by doing that. What would have been the ideal thing is to never announce any of this and to continue the behavior that we had going before. You know, I got annoyed and started roasting Microsoft because they deserved it because it's a stupid move. And now we're back to square one. So I knew what I did was right. That's why I would never call that back. I don't care if no fanboys getting their feelings because I was right. You know what I mean? Get your ass on. That's what I tell them. You'll get replaced the next day. And I'm gonna keep going for years, so I'm not worried about you. We're here to talk about what's the right thing, have a good time, have some good laughs and all that. But people coming in, corporate defending, it's like, yeah, bro, no. For the first time ever, Spacious Choice is the best choice. Auntie's choice. Apologies if this comes across as rude. That's not my intention. I'm obligated to tell you that the correction is necessary. And he's like, thanks, Auntie. And then you got somebody coming here talking about Phil, right? Just found out about this, bro. This better be worth the payoff. Spacious Choice was iconic, especially your brand. Is that why you named your Game of the Year edition Spacious Edition Choice? I hope this isn't just waved off as some corporate acquisition and then never explored further. Okay. Smash says, what a completely unnecessary shit show you guys have created, all thanks to greed. True. AKA, we tried at 80, but pre-orders are low, so we're going to have to go to 70 and say we listened to you. Basically, what he's saying is true. It's almost like this game is not selling, so put it on sale. That's the only reason they're doing this. Not because Microsoft is being good, no. It's because Satya and them, they all realize. I told you what I was going to do. We're going to do Game Pass for our subscribers and for PC. Everybody else has rejected it because it's common sense and intelligence. If our games are not selling on multiple platforms, then the Xbox is pretty much done. I know that's probably what he thinks because in his mind, he's not cutting any more bonuses. They've already spent way too much, and this game cannot afford to sit there and fail like that and be at 80 and they're making no money and their reputation is damaged. Nobody likes them. They're getting mad at them. And they're bringing their first $80 game as a game that's unqualified. Same thing that I said before. I didn't say anything new. Now that it comes out to people, now all the sheep are going to be like, oh, okay. So yeah, well, that's what sheep do anyway. Same thing with politics. See, that's how it's supposed to work. We bully these companies to lower the prices, not just bend over and take it like Nintendo fanboys and Mario Kart. I had to highlight this. I honestly think this is funny, which is hilarious. So the thing about this is what he doesn't understand is there was an option for a bundle to get the game at the beginning, and that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold 75 million. So they tried it in the most intelligent manner and it was successful. Do I agree with it? No. But the problem with people like this is that you are trying to compare a metric of Outer Worlds to Mario Kart. That's where you're delusional and unintelligent. And realize that Mario Kart is probably one of the very few games in existence that can get away with it. Does that mean it's okay? No. Is there some floodgates open with that? Yeah, of course. Did the industry want them to do that because they knew they could sell that much? Mm-hmm. You don't think those fucking vampires are going to come in and put their hooks in them? It's not the people in Nintendo. No, it's the people behind the industry that don't like the industry. But can they go and change it? Yes, they can. They don't have to keep pushing that agenda. They can change it. Microsoft just showed you. They can change it. The Matrix doesn't have to stay like that. Guys, you see? Ain't nobody coming back putting a gun to their head saying go back up to 80. Because, no. And what I said before, they did that because they wanted to do that. Not because of Nintendo. The thing is, Outer Worlds 2 barely had any hype in the first place. Mario Kart is Nintendo's best-selling franchise, so release a new one along the anticipated new console, people were going to buy it. It's just not the same as Outer Worlds 2. You know what, Kim Chong, that's an intelligent comment. See, this is about understanding certain situations. Bringing that up is literally pointless because it doesn't help your situation. It just makes you look more dumb and weak because then you realize that your comparison just made yourself look dumb. Just don't make the comment, bro, because it just makes you look dumb. Now, we're going to get back to more things over here. Let's go to Tom, all right? So, Tom says the U-turn on an $80 Xbox game pricing seems like a poorly planned move. From the get-go, I said the same thing. A lot of other people that made the same videos. The positive thing is that they decided to make that decision. What's more embarrassing is that you realize, how are you hiring the people that are supposed to be running a $1 trillion company, right? You would think that you would have the most wicked, intelligent minds in there. I know Satya is incredibly intelligent. I'm not necessarily talking about him, but I mean whoever made that decision to think that Outer Worlds 2 was going to be okay at 80. The fact that they couldn't see that, and that I could go grab somebody right now in high school that's probably only been on consoles for a few years in their life, and they could tell you no, that would not do well at that. How somebody that's been in the gaming industry that long at Xbox could not figure out that this game should not be at $80 and it wasn't qualified? This is what I mean. And that if your brand is in a position that it's in, why would you damage the best route that just opened for it as a third-party publisher? This is what I didn't understand. And somebody who's intelligent will realize why I would be mad, because it didn't make any sense. Because the whole time I was doing 6 to 7 months of pushing the pro-consumer route that I wanted Microsoft to follow, though there was something in the back of my mind because I said I knew them from the 90s, and then they came out and did all that. And the fact that, like I told people before, all those people that left that got mad, man, it just told me how brain dead those people are, because they didn't realize what they really did and what they could have had and what they ruined. It's the same thing with some of this damage. Some of this damage, guys, is permanently done. Just like their brand, like nobody will buy. It's permanent damage. That's why I said it's a big deal. Stop permanently damaging. Stop making these stupid mistakes where it's like, dude, I know somebody in 5th grade who would say, dude, what are you doing? Like one of the world's smartest 5th grade, 6th graders, you know what I mean? They would tell you, no. But why do they do it? That's why I said, I can't help but think that some of these people that are making these decisions are absolute morons. They have to be, because it doesn't make any sense. The Outer Worlds 2 should have never been the first game to try out this pricing model with consumers. At least pre-order showed that it was a bad idea, but geez, what a weird own goal for Microsoft. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense at all. They need to come out or fire this person, or something needs to happen, because whoever did this, like I said, you don't know what you're doing. And you're completely lost. That's a good point. If you want to try $80 games, do it with Next Gears, Horizon, Halo. That would have been okay, or COD or something, yeah. I said, correct, Tom. They also damaged themselves in the process and revealed it is not a good sign, which should have been obvious right from the get-go for a game like Outer Worlds 2. Now back to the same thing with a damaged reputation as a publisher. And guys, let me tell you something. Yeah, the $80 turn was inevitable. Gamers have backlogs a mile long and wish lists full of cheap, high-quality indies. He's right, definitely on Steam. We hear about rising economic uncertainty and inequality, gas, prices, food prices, you know what I mean? Every day on the news, what did they think would happen? This is what I mean by, like, not being aware. Definitely your brand that nobody wants to support to begin with. Why damage it even more? Before you even come to Steam and all of them like that with the first $80 game, they're going to just look at you and be more upset, and that'll make people just want to permanently ignore you. Even if you did do this, they will even look at you and get even more upset because you should have never done it. You see, it's a double-edged sword. Even going back, it's not going to fully remedy and make them look good, because people know you're not doing this because you want to give us a cheaper game. You're doing this because it didn't work for your greed, your capitalist greed. So that's what happened. Yeah, it was kind of too late to change the messaging. I would think that it won't help sales all that much. I'm going to actually agree with them, y'all. This $70 is not going to make that huge of a difference now. It'll help a little bit, but not a lot. There's going to be some people who probably say, I'm going to buy your game now at launch. But they're going to have to do some sales to get the metrics that they want. So you're going to have to lower it even more. Remember what I said in my video a while ago? I think if I was Microsoft and you having all that money, all games are now $59.99. No game is 70. All $59.99. You selling millions more? What? $59.99, 60 million. Hold on. Think about this. $59.99 is 60, right? 70. Let's say you sold 1 million. You got $70 million on the Outer Worlds. 1 million. 80 million. Right? 1 million. 80 million. $69.99. You sold 4 million. You made 240 million. You just tripled your $79.99 profit, and you have millions of people. You see what I'm saying? You listen to AGN. He's going to help you be successful. I've been watching gaming since regular Nintendo. I've beaten over 2,200 plus video games. I told people I was number one in the world in Gears, also Unreal Tournament 3. Same guy that that was number one in Gears 2, not Gears 2, Gears 1 that I ran into, Terry 15, was the same guy that was number one in Unreal and taught me how to get number one in that. Whereas like there was this hallway that people would come down, and there's something with the human mind, and no matter what, they keep on spreading back to these same respawns. If people that are good at Call of Duty and other shooters know what I'm talking about. And I kept on firing the rocket down this one hallway. He told me, it's all you need to do. We play one-on-one. He beat me. You know, we don't lie over here. You know what I mean? Fair and square. The guy beat me. Was it a good match? Yeah. But I'm not going to lie and say I beat him. And I was like, you know what? You know, teach me some stuff. Because that's all he was doing. I was doing team deathmatch, right? Just a quick story, guys. So we went to these maps, and he was just showing me in the one-on-one section to fire down rockets down the hallway, because I was already in the top 100. Overnight, guys, I got number one on Unreal Tournament 3. I don't know if you guys remember that game on Xbox with the skateboarding and all that. And a lot of people didn't like that Unreal Tournament because they added in that stuff. I have to say it probably was the weakest Unreal Tournament, but I learned a lot just by stuff like that, just simple mechanics. Just a story that I want to tell you guys. I know you guys probably, heard some of my Gear stories, but I was a huge Epic lover back then, and remember they had a lot of partnerships with Microsoft, Gears, Unreal, all that. And as a matter of fact, the original Gears of War was supposed to be the next gen Unreal Tournament after that. But because of Cliff Blazinski's, I guess, change of his life with his wife and everything, he decided to kind of manifest his feelings with Gears related to his ex-wife, which was kind of hilarious. I don't know if y'all know about that. That's how Gears 1 actually got made. It's some funny stuff where you think the ex-wife being involved, hilarious stuff, and just other things. But it ended up turning out for the best. But getting back over here, I mean, look, I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. I never wanted Xbox to fail. I actually don't even like seeing Xbox in this position. I would have liked seeing Xbox Series be at like 50 million sales right now, or at least in the 40, competing in some way, and you know what I mean, doing well. I'm not a hater. As a gamer, I do not want to see any platform fail. But Microsoft definitely pisses me off. And I said Microsoft, right? And the people who've made stupid decisions that damage the Xbox brand. Because if you care about something, you don't sit there and keep glazing when it's doing bad. To me, I think those people are worse than open, toxic fanboys that actually care. Because those people are stupid, blind idiots. They just sit there and make everything worse because they're enabling garbage behavior. Right? Let's say if somebody is dumb, right? And they are ruining the whole company. And yet you got these people on YouTube just glossing because they like the company. How are they helping? Actually, the type of people that you attack like me that say stuff that you don't like are the ones that actually help, because they could give real constructive criticism. The communities are too feminine to help. If you want to fix problems, you need masculine energy. You see what I mean? You don't need these people who are going to sit around here and get in their feelings too much because they can't handle you criticizing the corporation that they care about too much. You need the constructive criticism and feedback from the community like it used to be back then between the community and the developers and the publishers. Because when you get that, then you can understand the best decisions that you can make that would make the community more happy, and then they want to buy your product because now you have a more healthy relationship. But if nobody likes you, they're not going to support your product. So if you look at the industry, regardless if you're on Xbox or not, it's just reality. And as a man, you better face reality. Nobody wants to buy their products. Nobody wants to buy their consoles. because they don't like them. They're mad at them. You see, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Everybody buys Nintendo because they love them. They're happy with them. All this fake outrage you see online, I'm just telling you, it's not as big as you think. Most people are still telling those type of people, man, dude, you're just a little minority online, yelling in the corner somewhere. But really, nobody cares. AGM brings you into the reality. Same thing on PlayStation. Yeah, Sony makes people mad, but they built so much of that brand and they've done so much things that no matter what, that's not going to happen. But Microsoft has put themselves in that situation, so it doesn't make sense if you have all that money and you realize that. Why would you not make the best decisions every single day to want to get back in a good state of the gamers? Even if it is you suits over there running that matrix system, because that's what that is. Microsoft is a matrix. Let's just be real. And for those that don't understand that, that's okay. It's not for you to see. But, and Satya, you were wickedly intelligent. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. As intelligent as I see that you are, and I like your team synergy mindset, I just don't see you. Doesn't make sense why you would want to put this at 80 and kill your third-party publishing. I think it's something else, and we need to find out. But let me know what you guys think about this. This is kind of like my take on this. It's something that needs to be talked about. And it's not a video where we're like, yeah, we're happy, everybody. Let's get back on Glaze and Microsoft. No, man, that's foolish. You need to keep watching them. Don't be fooled. Wait now. Let's see what happens next. All right, y'all. Peace.